Dish Satellite Television is a satellite broadcasting service by parent company MultiChoice. In 1985, with the expansion from the state-owned SABC, the first paid channel was launched in the form of Mnet. MultiChoice purchased the company and in 1995 started DStv, encompassing Mnet and a few new channels such as Super Sport and Cartoon Network. Because of DStv and their licensing of international channels, for the first time, sub-Saharan citizens were able to view world media for the first time. Remember this. It'll be important later. MultiChoice then went from strength to strength and grew into a multinational television conglomerate. DStv would start their own stations and subsidize their own channels such as Vuzu and the Mzansi Magic brand.
TV made for Tina.
Okay, so now that you know what DStv is, we're going to talk about why it sucks. So, before we go too far, let's start at where them soon do they get their prices from? Jeans, let's cry. So, before you can even watch DStv, you need to pay for the installation. Okay, now, how much does installation cost?
Welcome to fucking.
Let's pretend God, Jesus, the Moya that is in Ngwele, and the angels use their might and conspire together to have the installation done in just 1 hour. That's 750. The L&B cable that comes with the installation, that's an extra 400. Then there's the dish itself, which is another 400. Then we get to the decoder. You know that receiver that you use in order to change the channels? The box that stands there just to look pretty. How much would that shit cost?
You have sex with him?
I have sex with him.
How do you have sex with him? You hold him down?
I hold him down. My face him.
That's if you want the capability to view PVR and the Wi-Fi receiver. You know, the things that have become standard in order to watch since like 2006. Otherwise, you're stuck buying the cheapest one, which is about 500 rand, which allows for... let's see here. Yeah. Just for you to sleep on the couch and let your TV watch you. So before you've even pressed the on button on the remote, you've spent almost 4,000 rand on installation. No package or monthly installments yet. I know there's someone out there like, petrol or Gomorrah? Petrol or Riajola 99? Petrol or the river? Yo, but imagine being bored at home. Motoyam uzoba strong. On the other hand, yes, Vumatel also has to install that shit, but at least most ISPs add the payment into your monthly contract installments. So all you do is call your favorite internet service provider, arrange installation, and pay about $3.99 a month. Ha. So DStv packages are deals on how many channels and quote-unquote perks you get. And because you've just been anally destroyed by the installation,
I have sex with him.
Most people start off with the small packages. The small packages. The first one is EasyView for 30 bucks, which is literally just about 8 channels. Mind you, there's an extra 319 rand upfront payment required for this package. Why? Because the moon reflects the sun's rays. Now, as you go higher, you also get more channels. And not being one to be left behind, they also offer data with their own SIM card. At least the router they give you is free. But let anyone who lives in Gravrenet or Piet Retief or any outskirt place in South Africa tell you about Rain and their network. No contracts. Okay, now I want to pause right here because you guys don't actually take me serious of the serious thing. Please look at this figure right here. So subscribe. Bro, I'm waiting for you to subscribe. Subscribe how? And then like the video. Please don't be scared. Thank you. Now, before we get to the premium package, I still want to show you how much they're still going to ravage you from behind. You have to pay another 99 rand for the privilege of watching 6-month-old movies. What?
What the f?
All they're really doing with these packages is just lubing you up for the real msoonery later on.
Now, I like to put the jelly inside my ass. Then put some of this peanut butter on top of it. I call it a peanut butter jelly and asshole sandwich. But Tom here will be calling it lunch.
You thought the anal nyobbing was bad before?
I have sex with him.
$7.99 for the premium. That includes the movie channels that play 6-month-old movies 7 times in 1 week. What if you want a new fresh movie that you didn't want to pay 100 Rand to see in the cinemas? Well, wait for it to leave cinemas and pay 100 Rand for the one movie on the box office on DStv. So on box office, okay, wait. Why you have to wait a whole 10 seconds? Because stars form when gas burns up. DStv is like a sadistic pawn shop owner who sells you a soldier game console. Yes, I promise. There's 834 games already to install. I don't know why he has an Indian accent. I promise, my friend. 834 games already installed. You see, Super Mario, Contra, Donkey Kong, Pac-Man is better than PlayStation. That just went from Indian to Chinese so quickly. But then you get home and you realize that it's the same 6 games 834 times. That's DStv in a nutshell. The repeats on repeat. On repeat, on repeat. Take a look at the lineup for MTV. It's literally one show for 70% of the day. Is this what I'm paying for $7.99? Okay, I'm pausing the video one more time. This is for the rappers. Look below in the description. There are instructions on how to be featured on my GrimmRadio channel. On Sundays, I give you guys a beat. You guys must make a song to it by Wednesday so that I can react to it on my Instagram. And then on Friday, drop the best one on my GrimmRadio channel. We are doing this weekly until I die. Let's carry on with the video. This is not to mention the god-awful Mzansi Magic movies. Look, I'm still gonna make a video about how bad Mzansi content has gotten, that we go crazy when we see something like The Wife, which is honestly just average, but that's how we so starved for good content. Now, remember that thing I said you must remember? So with DStv licensing a lot of overseas content, they were able to be the spot to watch most of the overseas content. Makes sense. I mean, the first time I watched Orange is the New Black was on DStv, even though Netflix had been available in South Africa. Netflix has recognized this. Netflix, being the smart company that it is, sold the licensing rights to MultiChoice since they realized they don't have a huge market in SA. So instead of just getting a few hundred subscriptions for only 10 people to watch the show that they spent millions to make, why not just license it to DStv for millions, and the smart Netflix subscribers will use a VPN? And that's why I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video. No. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I wish. Now, something I want to bring to your attention is how almost most of the content on DStv is from overseas, which you can get from these subscriptions. Netflix is 99 Rand.
Disney
Plus is 119 Rand. HBO Max is about 220 Rand. And Showmax is about 99 Rand. Did you guys catch that? You can literally combine the best streaming services that are available in South Africa, and it'll still cost almost 250 Rand less than DStv Premium. Literally, the only reason now to get DStv is SuperSport. Oh, wait. Showmax Pro offers SuperSport now. Mwah, suga. I feel like DStv is just rolling in the mud of money. I used to live near the DStv offices in Randburg in the early 2000s. That shit looked ugly then. Then they bought the plot opposite, and look at the shit right now. These assholes charge you up the ass for installation. Then the subscription fee is way up there for cut content. Then they still charge you for the quote-unquote perks. Remember, DStv still makes money from their advertising space. They have almost 300 channels to advertise from. Hold on, how much is a share at MultiChoice? 13,000 rand. And they have 58 million shares available. You know what? These assholes are just swimming in cash and they just anally killing us right now. Right up our asses. You know what? The only time DStv will be worth $7.99 a month is when they add GrimmTV as a show on Vuzu.
Bitch, I am broke. I ain't gon' trip. I show my Nikes, you asked for the whip. Had to pay rent. Told my landlord, little bitch, I spend all that shit on my drip. Suck on my dick, I bust on your lip. Do that little shit where you bounce on my D. I stepped in this beat with 2 fake IDs. My name's all I need, like doobie doobie. Smoke on my weed, doobie. I'm higher than canopy season.